everyone, today I'm going to be reacting to Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album. Of course, I've heard some of these songs before because they're classics and everything, but I like to re-listen to albums all the way through whenever I listen to them for a first time. The video will be timestamped if you guys like to skip through it. And let's get into it. First up is going to be Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, and then I'm going to have the music videos for these as well.
I was wondering, you make me feel like it.
Okay, so my thoughts on the song. I've heard like parts of it before. This is my first time actually hearing the entire thing, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool with like the production, very grandiose of that time. I think there's like some funk, some disco elements in it that I actually really enjoyed and everything, and I really like music from like that specific era. I like the vocals over top of it, and I also like the songwriting and like the phrasing of the song. I think was really interesting, and the music video was very flashy. I like that one part with the marbles, the one part where he duplicated himself. I think that it was a good video for the song, a good video for that time and everything. I can look at it and be like, oh, it looks dated, but I mean, that's like the best of what they had at that time. So, you know, it was fun to listen to the full thing. And now to track 2, Rock With You. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, heard parts of it like I already said, but I really enjoyed listening to the full thing, the place that his voice goes, like the riffs and runs that he does, and that's something that I really like hearing from singers. It's just, you know, the ad-libs that come off the song, you know, whenever they're in their vocals and stuff like that, just like the character, the personality that they add to the song, really making it their own, and just like hearing the passion through that way. I always really enjoy that. So, you know, it's cool hearing that in this song, you know, I will say particularly. And the music video, it's not much, you know, he has this cool outfit on, you know, a little background, but not much is going on. He's just kind of, you know, performing the song, and it actually worked for this. Back in the day, artists had to have stage presence to make it, or they had to be able to sing your socks off, and he could do both, and a lot of people cannot say that. Now people stand there out of breath. People don't know the lyrics, they don't care. Back then you had to make classic records or you had to be able to dance. Some people did both like him. So yeah, what an iconic moment. Shows how far stage presence can get you. So really quite enjoyed listening to this one in its entirety. I think it's going to be one of my favorites. Now to track 3, Workin Day and Night. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, I really quite enjoyed it. I really like the addition of the horns on there, all the flair that they had to them. You guys know they love horns as a trumpet player myself. Then his vocals were definitely very expressive. They were just over the top and it just matched everything the best way. I appreciate the entire atmosphere of the song, where it went vocally, where it went with the instrumentation. I like the songwriting on here as well. I just think that it's a great song, probably going to be one of my favorites on this album. Now to track 4, Get on the Floor. Okay, so my thoughts on the song: intriguing, very grandiose production that's going all the way throughout it. I really like with his voice how he has like that versatility if he can like sing, you know, softly and sweetly if he wants to, you know, if the production calls for it. But then if he really wants to cut through the production and have like that grit to his voice, then he's able to do that as well. It was interesting hearing all the different places that this track went through and I enjoyed it. Now to track 5, Off the Wall. Okay, so my thoughts on the song. First thing that I want to say is whenever it says there ain't no rules, it's up to you. I know that Mariah Carey interpolated that for her song I'm That Chick off of her Equals MC Squared album, because I'm a huge Mariah fan. She's my favorite artist of all time. If you've been watching my videos for a bit, you already know this. So I just wanted to throw that out there, of course. And then the entire song is just super cool. I really like the way that it built up to that chorus. And then the chorus was really satisfying to listen to in the whole song. And like, that's half the enjoyment of a song, is the build up to a chorus. Is it gonna pay off? Is it not? Because a bad chorus can honestly ruin a song. So it's just really cool in terms of that. I think this is an amazing title track. Love the vocals on here, really well done in terms of that. Production on here was fantastic as per usual. I like the songwriting on here, and yeah, definitely gonna have to be another one of my favorites on this album. Now to track 6, Girlfriend. Okay, so with this song, I know that Paul McCartney wrote it. I'm a huge Paul McCartney fan, by the way. I also love the Beatles. And so I know that he did it on his album London Town with his group Wings in 1978. And did he write it for Michael in the beginning? I have to try to find that online somewhere, but I do know that going in. So I've listened to part of Michael's version before because I kind of wanted to see what the differences are. I think I slightly prefer the Paul McCartney version. I think I like the instrumentation on it a little bit better. I'm sure that's a popular opinion and everything, but also I think that's the one I'm just kind of used to hearing and everything. But this is still a great version of the song. I really enjoy what he did with it vocally, just everything that he added to it. And then, you know, listening to this and then Paul's version and like certain textures of their voice I think are similar. You know, it's kind of awesome in that respect. I know that they did do a collab for Thriller, The Girl Is Mine. So, you know, really cool to listen to overall. I enjoy it. Before I get into the next song, sorry about the changing of lighting. It's gonna get a little bit darker. Sometimes my camera might occasionally go out of focus. I apologize for that, but I want to finish the video tonight. So I just wanted to have that, you know, kind of awareness throughout the video. But now onto track 7, She's Out of My Life, single version.
She's out of my life. I don't know whether to laugh. She's out of my life. She's out of my hands. I was so cavalier. She's out of my hands. Learn that love won't wait. Learn to leave out of my life. Sit right and it cuts like a knife. She's out of my life.
So I'm trying to use these like overhead lights because like you can barely see me because it's so dark. Hopefully it looks okay. I'll try to fix it in post-production. But anyways, my overall thoughts on this song, meh, wasn't really my cup of tea. Is it a horrible song? No, I just think the other songs on this album have been so outstanding that this song kind of, you know, middle of the pack to me. Wasn't really my favorite, if I'm being honest with you. I'm sure some people drag me for that in the comments, but that's my honest opinion. And now to track 8, I Can't Help It.
Looking in my mirror, took me by surprise. See you running often through my mind. I can't help but love you. I can't help it if I wanted to. I wouldn't help it even if I could. Left to run my fingers, bringing sparkles to your eyes. And I'm a surprise. You're an angel in disguise. Can't help it if I wanted to. I wouldn't help it even if I could. Ja-da-da-da-da-da. Ja-da-da-da-da-da. So glad I found you. Angel in disguise. Can't help it if I wanted to. I wouldn't help it even if I could. Wouldn't help it, no, no. Wouldn't help it, no, no, no.
Okay, so my thoughts on the song, I feel like it was a return to format to the last song, which I said wasn't really for me. And so the production was unique. I quite enjoyed what's going on there. The vocals were stunning, of course. I really like the songwriting on there as well. I just think that this is such an interesting song overall, so probably going to be another favorite for me on the album. Now to track 9, it's The Falling in Love.
It's the falling in love that's making me happy. Falling in love. You are like anybody I ever knew. Know I found myself attracted to you. No matter how it starts, it ends the same. Trading in the passion for that taste of pain. It's the falling in love that's making me high. Though I'm trying not to look in your eyes, don't wanna lay down in a bed full of lies.
Okay, so my thoughts on this song, I quite enjoyed it. I really like the vocals and the textures that were being explored there. Super pleasant to listen to. The production was really great, and the instrumentation, especially that bass, really stood out to me. And I really like the whole thing that the drums had going on in respect to that. And also like the lyrics and the sentiments of the track as well. Now onto the 10th and final track, Burn This Disco Out. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, fantastic overall. I think it was a really great way to close out the album. Really great horns, and I like the energy that's going on all the way throughout there. Vocals were just as electric as ever, of course. I could really appreciate the production. I really like the lyrics. You know, it kind of ties everything together in a nice bow, and that's kind of what I look for in the album closer. Now on to my favorite songs in the sound based on my first listen. I'm going to go Rock With You. Also, I believe I really liked Off the Wall, the title track. I'm gonna say I Can't Help It and Burn This Disco Out. But yeah, like, I'm just trying to, you know, narrow it down a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I said like 5 or 6 of the songs are gonna be my favorites, you know. Now on to my overall thoughts on this album. So I would give this album like a 9 out of 10 off of my first listen. It's not perfect because of She's Out of My Life. I don't like that song. I'm sure I'm gonna get dragged to this. I don't know how much I will, but I stand on it. It is what it is. I think that it's a really strong album. I really like the funk, the soul, the disco, the pop, the R&B, and, you know, everything else in between that's going on all the way throughout this album. And, you know, it's just so much fun to listen to in terms of the production, in terms of the instrumentation, in terms of the horns. You know, I think of that. It's just something that's so cool overall. His voice, absolutely amazing, and what he's able to, you know, do and kind of contort it for these songs. And the softer approach, and then just like really going all in with the grit like I was talking about earlier, which I really appreciate. One of the best singers of all time. And I really like the songwriting on this. I know Michael Jackson wrote a lot of his songs. I don't know if he has songwriting credits on this album. I'll put the songwriting credits on the screen right here so you guys can just see it and everything, and then I can look back on it as well. But I think it's a really solid album. I think that it's indicative of its time, but I think that still sounds great to listen to just because of the care that was put in this all the way throughout. I really appreciate the music videos. You know, I really had fun listening to this album, and this is gonna be a new staple for me for years to come. I will say I'm glad that I finally got around to it. Shout out to all my friends who were telling me to get into his catalog. Everyone said to start off with this album, so that's why I've started with it. I know that he has albums before this whenever he was a kid, and I know he has albums after this, obviously, but everyone kind of agreed, they're like, oh, you should start Off the Wall. And just listening to this album, you can really tell how much people have borrowed off him or been inspired by him. Like Justin Timberlake, I think was like the 4th song. I was like, it kind of reminds me of like Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake, and he's a horrible person. Don't even get me started on that. I think he makes good music, but I don't listen to him regularly because Britney's an icon. We stand with her, and Janet as well, who's one of my favorite artists. I know that Mariah is a huge fan of him. I forgot to say that earlier, of course, but you know, she's mentioned it multiple times. I know that he defended her during, I believe, his Invincible era 2001 against Tommy Mottola, and called out Tommy Mottola for the horrible person that he is. So really have to respect him for that. So I know a little bit about that, and he's inspired like countless other people. So it's kind of interesting to listen back and be like, oh, this is what inspired them, and here's the songs where I can kind of hear that sound kind of creep in and stuff like that. I have a question for the Michael Jackson fans. So basically, everyone pretty much knows Thriller because he released like 6 out of 8 songs as singles. I haven't really heard All the Girl Is Mine, even though I'm a Paul McCartney fan. Just haven't really heard the entire thing. I did watch a Thriller documentary though. I did, so I heard like parts of it, but I haven't heard the entire thing actually. And so, you know, there's that, and then there's the 2 songs that weren't singles. So would you guys like me to do a video reacting to those 3 songs off of Thriller? You know, I've already heard everything else, and you know, just have it be those 3 songs, or is that not necessary? And then whenever I do a video on like the Bad album, I can just have a section at the end whenever I'm talking about, okay, here's my thoughts on these 3 songs. Let me know what you guys want down below. I might even do a little poll. I just want to see, you know, what you guys think. I'm cool either way. Also down below in the comments, please leave me some fun facts about the album and, you know, the whole process, because I think that's really fascinating. That's gonna be my thoughts on Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. Let me know what you guys think down below on this album. I'd love to know some fun facts about the album. What are your memories with the album? What are your absolute favorite songs on this album? Just, you know, everything that you want to talk about. I like to learn more about artists whenever I'm just getting into them, so share whatever you wish in the comments section. If you agree with my opinions, if you disagree, disagree. It just makes everything interesting. Like I said, we'll see where I go in terms of the videos after this and like what to do with the whole songs from Tiller that I haven't heard, but I'll do a video on Bad. And my friends were like, oh, you've already heard all the songs off it because it's singles, but I saw that there's like a 25th anniversary edition of it. So I was thinking that I would do a reaction to that next, and then yeah, we'll see where we go. But you know, that's kind of the plans and everything. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like down below. It helps me out a lot on YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. If you hit the bell, get notifications to your phone when I post, so you don't miss when new videos come out. First link down below in the description will be my second channel. Now, I have been uploading on there every single day for a bit, pretty much. I only missed one day in November. I uploaded all of December, and I'm just gonna keep going basically, and we'll see how long it lasts. But most of the time I'm uploading my TikToks on there. I don't upload them all. So if you'd like to follow me on TikTok, then it'll be linked down below in the description. I have a backup TikTok as well. I also have other stuff, like I did a deep dive on Mariah Carey, and then on my second channel I talked about how I did that entire video, like what was my thought process, what was writing the script, what was editing the video like, putting it out, all these things. Because whenever people do deep dives, they never talk about it. I want to talk about it, so you know, that's out now. I have a bunch of different stuff there, so you guys can check me on the second channel, as well as my TikTok accounts, which will be linked down below. And I try to be pretty consistent on TikTok. I post every single day. And then I'm also going to have my Twitter accounts again on there every single day, sharing stuff, so check me out on there. I'll have Instagram, I'll have my Spotify account, I'll link to Stream Asylum if you're interested, and lastly links to educate you guys on important situations. Free Palestine, very important to educate yourselves on the issue and everything. And if you want to donate to the cause, I'll have links down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.